Hello and welcome back to X-Carbovore. My name is Kian Anian, and I am so glad that you came and tuned in with me today. If you are a carnivore or if you're carnivore curious, hopefully this channel could inspire you in some way. Now, I don't know everything about the carnivore journey. I've been walking and living the life for a few years off and on. This year, I've made a decision to stick to it full time, 100%. And I won't say hardcore. I'm just eating fatty meats, salt, and water. You can call it what you like. I just call it fatty meats, salt, and water. I do have some butter, unsalted butter in my water every now and then, hot water. So it's my kind of flavoring for my coffee. It tastes like buttered popcorn. It reminds me of that when I was a little boy. But other than that, that's really what this channel is all about. You're going to see my results, and that's the biggest part of this channel I think that you might benefit from, is that I give my daily results in this channel. Now, yesterday we were able to post our lipids, and they weren't bad. I was quite pleased, but that won't be a daily occurrence. Daily, we go over our glucose, our ketones, our GKI, blood pressure, and our weight. So today, I want to talk a little bit about how I found success. What worked for me? Because I've been on the up and down road. I'm 62 years old now, and I've journeyed with this weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, weight loss, and I'm tired of the yo-yo thing. I want to get to a place where I'm not just balanced in the weight, but metabolically healthy. I want to feel good in my body. And I think that's why I'm more serious about it now. I'm getting older, and there are definitely more elements as you get older. And I want to avoid as many of them as possible. So let me share my few tips with you on the inside. And welcome back to X-Carbovore. This is day 11 of our carnivore, or should I say episode. I keep calling it day, but it is episode and day together. But episode 11 of this new year, which is great. But it's also day 11 of the Carnivore Kip Challenge. And what I call that, why I call it Carnivore Kip is because I found it with Carnivore Kip. I was listening to Carnivore Kip, and he said, I'm committed, this is his words, I'm committed to doing 180 days straight this year. So he set out a carnivore challenge for 180 days, and I want you to join us. I decided to join him because I said, why not? This would be a great inspiration. And I always believe that the more of us that stick together, the stronger we'll be. So as a carnivore community, and if you're just carnivore curious, hop on board. Try us out. Give us a number, 30 days, 60 days, or 180 days, and see how you feel after the experience. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Now, my tips of what helped me stay serious. Now, I say that, and in the Bible says, don't think too highly of yourself because you'll be the next one to fall. You can fall very easily. But I'm trusting the Lord this time that this is the way. And there are some things that I've done. The first thing that I did was make a strong decision. You have to decide. Make up your mind, set the mindset that this is what I want. And that comes, of course, and everyone speaks about it, of having a strong why. Why am I doing this? I have medical issues. That's my why. I have grandchildren that I want to see grow up. That's my why. I have a young daughter that I want to see graduate and get married someday. That's my why. Of course, I have a wife who's loved me and been with me all these years. That's my why. Have a strong why. but be determined. Make your decision and stick with that decision. That's the number one choice. Secondly, for me, was to be honest with yourself. Now, what do I mean by that? Being honest with yourself. Okay, if you're going to do carnivore, figure out what kind of carnivore you're going to do. I've just mentioned to you, I eat fatty meats, and it includes fish and very little chicken, but it includes fish, salt, and water. And I'm honest with myself. I have decided to do that, and that's what I'm sticking to. No matter how much diet soda is here, no matter how much my son starts the coffee machine, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have fatty meats, salt, and water. What are you going to do? Are you going to have transitional cola? Well, then do that. But set the ground rules in the beginning. Some people use other spices. I know there was a period of time that I used a zero carb mayo and a hot sauce with a little bit of carbs, but more fiber, of course, so my net carbs were less or zero. So I did that for a while for my meats. But whatever it is that you're going to do, be honest with yourself. This is the way that you're going to be living for the rest of your time. Now, also, if you're going to do it for 30 days, say, I'm going to do it for 30 days and stick to it. If you're going to do it for 3 months, say, I'm going to do it for 3 months and stick to it. So be honest with yourself. It's very important that you set the rules and stick to the rules. And if you cheat, you're cheating yourself. It's not that you're cheating anyone else. It's not that you're damaging anyone else. It's only you. And that's why the decision has to be yours. If you're going to make a decision to do this thing, set the parameters and stick to it for yourself, not for anyone else. And no one should be able to talk you into this. A lot of people will try to talk you out of it, but you come into carnivore for a specific purpose. Some of us for health, some of us for weight, and weight and health goes together. Some of us for other medical issues. Some of us for type 2 diabetes, some of us for high blood pressure. I mean, there are a number of reasons that might have drawn you here to carnivore. Well, maybe you think, if I do this for 30 days and just give it a try, fine. Set that parameter for you. That's what's important. Next is be consistent. And what do I mean by that? Because consistency, of course, means do it every day, but it also means plan ahead. If you know that you're going to get hungry, or if you know that there's going to be some temptation here or there, plan to avoid it so that you can keep your consistency and be persistent with the consistency. Fight to make sure that your daily struggle is your daily struggle, that it's smooth. And I make my day smooth. I make it smooth as possible. If I'm just a little bit hungry, I might throw in some boiled eggs or fry up a little bacon or something like that. And since I use a sous vide when I cook my steaks and my deer, I cook in advance. I get it started. So I know in 2 hours I'm going. So be consistent. And if you're consistently consistent, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. I wake up in the morning, I have my Bible study, my prayer meeting, and I know immediately I need to do my vitals. Right after my vitals, I know immediately, and I can't eat before I do my vitals. I like to do it the same way there's consistency. I like to do it the same way every time. Lastly, and these are the things that help me, okay? I drink a lot of water. Now, I used to be addicted to colas, and I'm a carboholic, so you understand that. But all kinds of sodas. I drink soda and coffee. I never drink water. I used to joke with my wife that water was poison. And I only joked that way because I never drank it. So I would, my little excuse for not drinking. I drink water like crazy and I love it. And I feel so good after drinking it. So it satisfies you. It doesn't, it might abate hunger, you know, but I think it keeps me energetic. Water is a good thing. So those are my tips. Those are my 4 good tips of what helped me make it through. Help me see results. Help me get the best out of me. I made a decision and I stuck to that decision. I was honest with myself about what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, how long I'm going to do it. I was consistent in all the things that I said before. And I drank a lot of water. So that's what helped me. And I know that you might have other things that help you. And some of you who are watching out there, I'm sure you have some things that help you. And if that's the case, drop it in. Drop it in the notes in the message down below so that others can read what helped you have good results with your carnivore. Now, let's get into my numbers for the day. All right. My first number, as usual, is our blood pressure. As many of you know, I was hypertensive level 3 for more than a decade, and I was on losartan 100 milligrams. They started me at 50. I tried to lose weight, tried to eat right, and went back for a follow-up, and they increased my dose. They doubled it, and that kind of let me know where I was headed. So I politely took myself off of that medication in May of 2024, and ever since, my blood pressure has been coming down to the normal range. Today, when I took my blood pressure, it was 127/72. And I think that's a real good, what do I say? A really good flag or a real good approval note for the carnivore diet. Next, let's look at my glucose. Glucose today, or should I speak first about yesterday? Yesterday's glucose was interesting because we have been trying to stay in the 4 or under 5. We were 5.1 the day before yesterday, and then yesterday we were 5.5. And I thought to myself, well, it's going to be interesting to see how things go because I was trying to stay in the 4 range, and we did 4 in 4 days in a row. This morning, my glucose was back in the 4s again. Praise the Lord. 4.7 was the glucose reading for this morning. And I didn't really do anything different. And that's kind of how the body works. The body makes its own glucose. And I'm not eating any carbs, 0 carbs, 0 carbs, 0 carbs. And my sugars can be in the low 5s or in the high 4s. And I'm excited about that. I love it when it's in the 4s. Anything under 5, I'm feeling grateful. Let's look at our ketones, because the ketones really surprised me, I should say, this week. I know I've been in ketosis for a few days now, which is fun. But for me, I like to stay in the 2 level and above, for my ketones. And it took me a while to get there. It took me a while to get in the 2s at all. And yesterday, I believe, day before yesterday, I was 2.9, I believe. Yesterday, I was 3.3, which fantastic. We're in the 3 range, 3, 4, and 5s I feel great about. And This morning, I was 4.8, which is what I love. And I feel great. I remember once a long time ago, I say a long time ago, maybe a year ago, a year plus, and I was still in Italy. I had a glucose of 5.2, I'm sorry, a ketone of 5.2. And I got nervous, not thinking that my body, of course, is going to use these ketones uh, because the ketones just happen to be loose and available in your blood. You're taking the blood test, but a lot of times, and so your ketones are going to go down and they're going to go up based on the usage of your body. And I used to get nervous. We know that we're not going to have ketoacidosis. There's never been a case of ketoacidosis during the carnivore diet. So not to worry. And ketoacidosis is when you're up around 8 to 10. So not to worry about that. It's just, let's get in here and get it done. Love the ketones. Work with them because they're working for you. Now, let's look at our GKI. The GKI is a great number that combines the use of the glucose and the ketones. It gives you a fuller picture of what's taking place within your body. There are several levels. There are several layers or levels of the GKI. The level that I need to be at for my element is level 3 to 1 is what I want. Now, they would say millimoles per liter, but they cancel themselves out, so you just give the single number. So 3 to 1 is where I typically like to stay. That's the level for people who have cancers, neurological diseases, and I have tumors, so that's my reason for being there. If you're a diabetic, for example, you might want to be in level 6 to 3. So the lower the number, the better. But 6 to 3, that helps people with type 2 diabetes. And this is calculated, of course, by you taking your glucose and your ketones. And there's a calculation that's used. And if you use the Keto Mojo, it will do it for you in your phone, automatic app. But there is a written calculation for it, and it's quite simple to do. But my GKI today, yesterday it was 1.6. The day before it was 1.7. Today it is 0.9. So I am firing on all cylinders right now. My body is healing itself and it's running on high octane. Yes, and I'm loving it. Let's look now at my weight, which is the last number that I typically look at. And I think I mentioned to you guys yesterday that maybe I was not in a stall. I think I am in a stall, and it's okay. And this is how it is when you're in a stall. You're like, am I stalling or am I not stalling? Because it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But literally, it's staying the same. Today, I woke up and my weight was 89.3. So maybe I am in a stall, and that's okay. We dropped a lot of weight in the beginning, and the weight has to balance out. So it's all good. Thanks to Ketovore. Oh, to Carnivore. Thanks to Carnivore. Wonderful. Well, all right. Those are the numbers for today, the 11th episode of X-Carbovore for 2025. Not bad. Not bad at all. I would love to wake up and see numbers like that every day. I'm so excited that you decided to join me and see this video all the way through. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified every time I come on with new material. Other than that, be sure to tell a friend that there's a guy like me doing a thing like this. God bless you, and we'll see you again tomorrow.